I still haven't fixed my tripod. Am I gonna turn this way? No. Okay. Because I cleaned up the well, container that holds products. So I don't really have much to put this on. I don't have anything to stand. Okay. Keep it like that. So I feel terrible. I woke up at 6. It's now 7:30. I stayed on the toilet for an hour and a half, just mindlessly scrolling and trying to go to the bathroom. And it's really terrible when my structure is gone. I'm really trying to get everything together. I have to go wake up early tomorrow to sit in on a CPR class that I'm trying to finish my certification for. I didn't finish my lesson plan. I had to force myself to do a little bit yesterday. And then if you saw the last video, I get this fucking email from some other chick about doing the survey too early. And I have to explain myself to her. And I wrote it at 11:48. So it's like I have to say I got woken up to do it. I'm already at a low point, you know. I'm gonna fill up my bottle with water. Be back in a second. I'm back. Because I have the phone on charge. Because it loses, an hour and a half on the phone, it loses charge. But also that the phone is a year and a half old now. Since I've had it, you know. Now I gotta go to the gym. That's the only thing I want to do is go to the gym. Even though I'm tired as shit. I'm not gonna do a hard workout. There's arms I gotta do and stuff, so keep it light. I'm too tired to even masturbate. I'm too tired to think about anything sex related. I'm gonna put some pre-workout in this. I don't even want to think about the things I need to do. I've been watching more Brian Johnson videos, and I need more butt cream. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll go to Walmart, break it up a bit. Been watching more Brian Johnson videos. Sleep is your number one priority, and make sure you go to bed at the same hour. It's non-negotiable. Your mood feels better when your sleep is, Then he goes into like, people know they shouldn't be smoking, but they do it anyways. All that. All that. Legs hurt. Upper body hurts. I have to remember oh, what was that? I have to be careful with this too because it's the only cable I have left. I have to go get a spare cable so I have a backup. And just fit things in here without this foam falling. And of course, again, I want to cry. On a side note, where is it? Hold on. Oh. Mental note, when I go to bed, I put the glasses in the case and keep it on my bed so I don't sit on it accidentally and break them like I did the other ones. Then I have to order more glasses. Have to shave this. Maybe I should do it now? I don't know. No, I'm still doing my hair. I'm completely distracted, as you can tell. It's been an hour and a half since I've been up. See, now I'm feeling bad that I'm not getting good sleep. I I should have went back to sleep, but then I won't be good for tomorrow, which I have to wake up early tomorrow. And tomorrow I have to make sure I pack my food if I'm going to spend the whole day at the CPR course. I just want to get out. Oh, I gotta, hold on. Let me check that. I didn't hand in my hair yesterday because it would have been too many steps. I'm so out of it. Do I take any medication? I do not. See, this is how it started. 2018. Bravo for not taking medication. No, it's not bravo. It's that because it's my personality. It has nothing to do with chemical imbalance in my head. When I first went to my doctor after I wanted to kill myself, they immediately put me on citrulline. I don't know what the name is. Like an antidepressant. They said that I should stay on it for a couple of weeks to see if that does anything. Initially, I thought, oh, maybe it's doing something, but it didn't really do anything. So then they realized it's my personality. So that's when they, oh, you're starting sertraline? Well, if it's that, then, well, from what I understand, like, I mean, medication may be able to help fluctuations, like some symptoms of maybe some depression, but it's not if you got like all like borderline traits, it doesn't change the personality, you know what I mean? So it's a lot about oh yeah, you told me BPD diagnosed. So I mean, right now that I'm not on a lot of sleep, that's I understand logically. That's why I feel like crap. My last video where I shot a video really in anger yesterday, late at night, doesn't help me get good sleep either. And also, I'm just sore and tired from. I worked out yesterday. Woke up at 3. Went to go on the mountain with my client afterwards, training him. I have one personal training client left that I stay with. And then I went walking for a lot and had sex. I was out of it. I just kind of went random. But and that's it. Now I'm trying to load up on caffeine, not too much, but to kind of just wake up. Now the question is, when you take caffeine, you get used to it, and why don't you just stop it? Then your brain will come back to normal. And I dose it, you know. Some days I take it, some days I don't. And a lot of times on the days I don't, I feel crapper, worse. But I've been off caffeine for a while, and it doesn't. It's just a choice I made to do it, but to try to control it, you know, because I'm not any better off it, you know. I'm not any better off it. Sure, if I go overboard, I get headaches and stuff like that, but trying not to go overboard. Now I just stop at 2 servings, you know, and then the rest of the time it'll be just water. I try. It's just now I try to keep it like habitual like that, because I will go further on it, you know, and I have. You know, on everything I will go and just keep going. So I have to kind of set a structure with that. Could you imagine if I was actually, you know, did drugs aside from caffeine and minoxidil and finasteride? Could you imagine that? I wouldn't be able to control myself. So, what is the message? Things are popping up, and I'm like, what is this? Oh, it's a message held for review. I'll watch it later because I don't know if I can get back onto the screen. I don't know what happens to it. No alcohol, no weed. The problem is, it's the same person? What's the same person? Oh, it's you, okay. No, the problem with alcohol and weed is because when I grew up, I tried coffee once, and my father beat the crap out of me. Knowing now, I've seen pictures that he smoked and all that, and I didn't know that. My father was very violent towards me, so I kind of got that, well, instilled that I wasn't to do anything like that, you know what I mean? And then, because my personality is very, quote unquote, non-conforming, as I was told recently from this orderly job that I got let go from, that I was trying to conform and I can't. I saw other people do alcohol. I even, you know, when I lived in the States for a bit, off and on, America is very alcohol based, you know. Well, now so is Canada, but alcohol, but more in the States. I would even assume that it was like a shock to me, and I'm just not. It just doesn't do it for me. You know what I mean? And smoking never did it for me, and I was always anti-smoking. And then weed and all that crap, you know. Those are the things that will kill you, but in a slow, horrid death. Yeah, so my vices, as I learned over the years, is, you know, my addictions is masturbation, which ties in between some porn that I spend money on. So that's what I'm trying to get over. Working out, I don't even consider working out I can't even find the bobby pins I had here. Hold up, see, my mind is scattered. I don't even consider working out an addiction. Like they say, it's an addiction and it's a good addiction, blah, blah, blah. when when I first started with training, because I've been doing it for so long, you know, I learned that I was abusing myself. Even like now, take now for instance. Why can't I find more pins? Anyways, you can see I'm frustrated right now. I'll get some other pins here. When I worked out, I had a lot of injuries. I still get a lot of injuries, but I stop it in time. Thanks. I would keep pushing, working out, and get sick and all that stuff. I still do get sick now because I was doing work and all that. Like, that's my tendency, work, and then I have to fit in working out. I'm just gonna use these pins here. Can't find the other ones. But I know better to like take time off, do things lighter. Like today, I know I'm not gonna push it, but it helps me psychologically to just get out, and my body is going the way I like it. And now the point is to be able to transfer what I learned in working out all these years to the rest of my life, you know. I'm starting to, you see me now frustrated and really all over the place, but I know that I will feel better soon. Better, I mean, not better, but at least I'll have a clearer mind and I'll be able to know what I'm going to do for today, you know. So that way I'm not that hard on myself, although I did want to, the suicide thoughts come a lot nowadays, but they're temporary and fleeting. So the thing is, every time I pull out the camera is when when things are really bad. Sometimes I pull out the camera when I'm okay. So this is kind of like one side of me that's seen, you know, here. It's not seen in public. If you understand what I mean. This is one part of how I am. I used to be really terrible in public in the sense that, oh crap. I'm back. I used to be really bad in the sense that I thought it was because I was a Scorpio, you know. They tend to hold things in and be a mystery, and then you just lash out at people and they don't understand why you're doing that. I used to do that. Every 6 months I would lash out in public, and back in the day it was more on the violent side. But yeah, not anymore. I'm more aware of it, obviously. And then used to be more internal, and then I would be violent towards myself, verbally and judgmental. Now, after all these years, I realize it's just I need to kind of snap out of it before I can start thinking clearly. So, not to do anything impulsive while I'm in this state, you know. And now the fact that I'm taking so much time just fixing my hair, first of all, I'm a perfectionist, but it allows me to kind of meditate on everything and have one less worry for the day, but also So like last year or 2 years ago, I used to be like upset that it would take me so long to get ready, and I would need a couple hours to get ready. And most of it is because, well, of what I do to kind of get ready, but also because my mind isn't clear. My gym is a little further away, which I think helps me go in the subway and kind of like get my mind clear. So it's a constant trying to get my mind clear. But I'm not a person that can kind of just get up and go. It's rare. I've done it, but I won't do it on a regular basis because it really gets to me. Too much prep work beforehand. And I've never been like that. There you go. So, I know there's a few phone calls I need to do. I am not ready to do them. One is about trying to look into occupational therapy at the same place where I got let go. But they were supposed to call me too when the guy gets back from vacation. So I have a day's grace. So if I don't call them today, I'll call them tomorrow, even though I'm going to the CPR class. But I have to call the bank also. Yada, yada, yada. Do I have agoraphobia? Oh, wait, 4 hours sleep on working out. Well, it depends. My workouts are not, I dose them correctly. Working out and 8 hours sleep is hard on the body. Eventually the fatigue sets in. Obviously I do more of the bodybuilding type workouts, but it's not, I dose them correctly, but fatigue comes up anyways. But yeah, like when my knees start to hurt and everything, I know to not work out the lower body, let them recover. So I'm good. I'm better with that. To not. Whereas back in the day, I would just keep pushing and try to warm it up, and then the injuries would get worse, and then I. So I'm able to kind of see that. Do I have agoraphobia? No, I don't have agoraphobia. I have. I don't trust people. I'm very well. This is part of borderline. You're hyper vigilant of people, right? Um, Whereas I used to be very, because you want friends, or I want friends or someone, and so I would accept anyone that just said hi. And of course, it would be a lot of manipulative people too. Uh, but I just ignored all that. Whereas now it's like I see it and I'm like, oh, not up for that. So then the choice is a lot less. You don't have a choice of who you can have. Like one of the videos I just did, about the flamboyant gay guy. Is he a friend? Is he not a friend? I don't know. It's like I can't tell what a friend is, but I can tell when I feel angry that you're pushing me. That's all I can tell now. Now, is that like being afraid of being rejected and I push the person away before? I don't know. But he always wants to hang out, but his hanging out is either sex or 420. I do set boundaries all the time. But with him, I haven't yet, because I'm always angry. And when it happens I can't communicate with the guy, let's put it that way. I did tell him I was borderline because he just popped out. Not like I see him all the time. Now, when he comes just at the gym, and he'll come up to me. Yeah, I haven't gotten to setting boundaries, but I told him about the borderline because he was saying he was depressed. It was depression. I said, well, I'm borderline, so I understand it. And also because he was romanticizing me, thinking that I'm this um, perfect guy that has it all together. That was always my problem. That what people would see in public was that I looked like I had everything. Oh, there's two people on here that looked like I had things together. Now on this video, on this channel, this is part of how I am, you know. And it's been several years that I've been trying to live like that, be around people and let them know how I really am. And, that I need help and I need and it doesn't seem to, it doesn't really get anything, you know what I mean? So it goes back to like me having to do everything on my own. So which is why I write things down, I video, and even though this channel isn't monetized, I'd love it for it to be, but I don't want to do things that get it to a big status. I did have that one video that's doing well. It's is Richard Grandin a psychopath? It's pretty well for this channel. Almost at, was it 5,000, almost 6,000 views? But I'm just not interested to do that all the time. It has to come naturally. I don't want to, I'm doing this because it's helping me. But you get what you put into it. And I have to understand that. But it is a channel for me. And people come in and they go and they get what they want out of it and then they move on, and I understand that. As someone with BPD, it's just like it's kind of like you see this rejection all the time, but whatever. And now I'm just like, I'm still babbling. I can't speak clearly. My thoughts aren't clear. But like I said, this is only one part of me, which is, I guess, is also good why I have to get out, because then that kind of forces me to kind of put the mask on, focus more on what needs to be done, and like, anyways. It's gonna be hard to brush my teeth because this thing holding is like in the way. I can't get my head in here. Yeah. So I figured I'd stay up even though I didn't have much sleep and go home afterwards and just kind of veg out and try to do other work. My mind will still be clearer, Yeah. Because on the other hand, sleeping more, for me, it doesn't work all the time. Especially if it's not, if my schedule's changing all the time anyway. So, DBT courses, that was the last course I did. I wanted to do it for many years. I've seen Marsha Linehan's videos because she's the creator of it. And then the healthcare facility, just a minute from here, this is before I went into the orderly course, it all kind of like everything just kind of went snowballed. They were doing that. So we had our workbook and going over stuff that I had already been going over for several years with the psychologist. And I felt like I already been there, done that, you know? But I went anyways, but I wasn't looking for education anymore. You know, I'm not looking to learn how to do I'm looking to just be in action and just like apply everything. You know, you could be so much into like researching and I've been doing this since 2018. Figuring out borderline, and even before that I went to therapy groups, well, quote unquote. But anyways, so now it's just like just trying to just keep my routines going well, you know what I mean? Because there's not much more to learn in that respect. I can only learn about myself, you know? So anyways, get back to that. Sorry. Yeah, so it was the DBT class, and then I had to stop because then I got the internship for this orderly course started to happen. This was in December, so it was a conflict. But the funny thing is, the person in charge, one of the nurses in charge, it was experimental. It was the first time they were doing it, teaching the class. Said she would get back to me, and she never did. So I was like, oh, fuck this bitch. Don't say you're gonna get back to me with like being polite to follow up, and you never do. Like, what is that? You know? But anyways, it was a little too late. It wasn't really of use to me, and I was going to also at the same time, the only other type of class I can go to, which was educational, called You're from France, so it was called Vers Équilibre, to try to get yourself balanced, and it was kind of classes, but like those were kind of like not working for me either, because it was just all education. That's not what I'm looking for anymore, you know? That's why I'm in action, just talking it out. And I was also in an art therapy class, which although the class itself wasn't good, well, it's just like time to actually draw. I needed the structure, so I would force myself to draw and paint. And now I'm not doing it, you know? So, yeah. I've done a lot of things, and I realize I can't do everything, but I tend to do a lot, and then I kind of gotta prioritize things, and like it's like I'm always constantly reprioritizing things, and I realize that's always how it's gonna be. Like if like talking about finances, like my problems right now are finances. Still haven't done my taxes from 2017 onwards, but everything else just kind of gets thrown in. Government took money, you know, it's like all this crap. And I gotta keep the habits of checking my bank account, thinking before I spend something. And then also with food, and now with sex and porn, and like it's those things in action. It's not like I need education to know what to do. It's like I need to just like those are the things that need to be focused on, because when I'm out of it, that's what goes shit, you know. And what I used to do, I do less now, but I know when I'm doing it. I used to do a lot of videos on procrastination, or I used to talk about procrastination all the time. Me just blocking things out when it's too painful. That's what it is for me. Like I have to call the bank today, and I'm putting it off. It's painful. it's painful to keep facing something that I realize that I failed at. You know what I mean? Especially, um, with parents that I had that were so, miserly with money, and so am I in one sense. But then in another sense, but I realize, and I'm seeing a lot of videos that it's generational. Like if a family has a lot of money, the children don't learn how to be miserly with the money and all that crap. You know. But I have to, accept that there's just, I have certain, it's accepting certain problems that I know that I have, and they're very painful for my ego, Yeah. What was the question again? Fuck. I don't know. I'm laughing. So, oh yeah, acne cream, then sunscreen. I'm so out of it, as I keep stating. I managed to finally order some more of this. Like a lot of things that I do, that I stock up on, it's multi-step, right? I have to make sure I have enough money in the bank account to order this. I have to order a year's worth because it comes from the States. Make sure my credit card is, you know what I mean? And just doing that before actually ordering hurts. It's very difficult. And then I have to an hour or so just to sit down, relax, check out my bank, you know what I mean? And then if I don't have enough money, then I have to think of plan B. When am I going to order? You know what I mean? It's just like, and when you have 1,000 things that you need to do like that, that's when things become very stifling for me, But that's me. And if I'm in this state right now, I can't. So I have to, what's the next coping mechanism? I have to get myself out, do what I can, and then worry about it after. Or during the gym, when I'm in the resting between sets and writing things down in my book, because I'm always writing. I always have my journal with me. I have my workouts planned depending. Sometimes the night before, sometimes in the metro ride. Sometimes I'll just look at the day before. Like everything's written here, but it works for me. But I look like I'm too much in my book all the time. That's what works for me, I write down things. If I'm doing a set, I have to think about, okay, where was my pain? Where was this? How did I feel? Like all the stuff that as a personal trainer, which was my main profession, and it still is, despite me doing everything else. That's what you have to do. Oh, message retracted. You retracted the message. Okay. So I'm going to get off soon because I'm realizing obviously I can't talk and do everything at the same time. So let me put on pants and socks and all this crap. Make sure I don't forget anything. What time is it you said you're in France, huh? And what time is it there? I don't even know what time it is here because I'm using the phone for this video and the time doesn't display. Well. Okay. Let me see what time it is here. I'm gonna try and... No. No, I don't think I could check the time. Oh, it's lunchtime. 2:14 is lunchtime? 14, 14h14. C'est l'après-midi, ça. Anyways, we're still morning. I don't know. I don't have a lunchtime, but I am bringing shaker bottles with me, and oh, it's around 9. Oh, okay. Oh, so it's around the same here, I guess. Bring my shaker bottles so I don't have the impulse to go to the dollar store after the gym and spend money on almonds or whatever. Like all these things I need to think about. If I watch Brian Johnson, there's always someone new to watch, you know what I mean? I mean, some of these things have to be habits, and there's a lot of prep work, and I get frustrated with it sometimes when my mind isn't clear. And then he says, sleep, and yeah. But real life is like, no. No, not in real life. Oh, where I live, okay. Yeah, I guess it's around 9. I'll have to check that after. So that means I've been like almost 3 hours since I got up. I need to get out. So, all right, I'm going to stop this now because I need to focus more. I can't keep going back and forth. But yeah, we'll talk another time.